All right, it's Monday. We were supposed to leave 4 days ago, but the weather has been terrible. We had a captain's meeting last night. We are going to leave tomorrow morning when the winds die down. So today was shower day, laundry day, wash the floor day, and get ready to go into the river system. Woo! We are in Flotilla 10. Something odd is happening this year that usually doesn't happen as you're going through the Great Loop through the river system. Normally you can go at your own pace. This year they were working on 2 or 3 of the locks just outside of Chicago until October 1st, and then it was October 5th, and all the loopers bunched up together. So a lot of us were in this Hammond, Indiana marina. It's a very large marina, which means they had to group us and structure us. So they put us in flotillas of 16 boats each. We each have special places we have to travel in a line. When we get into the lock, we have a special place where we have to raft off because there are so many of us. So our flotilla is just getting out there before daybreak, and there's 16 of us, and we're going to see how this goes. So it's going to be our first lock of many, 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 many locks till we get to Mobile, Alabama. Today we're heading to Joliet, Illinois with Flotilla 10 on our way. All right, we're out in front of the marina. We're waiting for all 16 boats to get together here. We're all doing a radio check-in. We're going to run with our running lights on because actually, believe it or not, my camera is so good, it's showing much lighter than it really is. So we have running lights on. We're waiting for 16 boats. We'll get in our line, and then we are going to head to the first lock just outside Lake Michigan. So we got, I think, about 2 miles on Lake Michigan. Finally, it's flat after many, many, many wind and weather days. And we'll have a little bit of a lock, our first practice lock in this big group, and then another lock later on today. All righty, guys, we're ready to lock it up. At this moment in time, I see 12 boats. There's 2 coming out, and the rest of us are just kind of hanging in here like ducks in a pond as we wait for the flotilla to get all situated. And there's our fearless leader, Viva la Vida. Captain Mike is going to be our captain of this crew, Flotilla 10. The Hammond Marina is huge. It has over 900 slips. It's quite big, and it's just outside of Chicago. But it is in Indiana on Lake Michigan. That is the casino, Horseshoe Caesars Casino there. That is part of the, near the marina. But as you can see, it's basically a lot of industry in this area, lots of industry. And way off in the hazy pre-dawn sky is downtown Chicago. We have just entered the Calumet River, and again it's industrial, lots of trains. This bridge is open, but we are waiting for another bridge where a train is going under, so we're going to tighten up our flotilla as we head under these bridges. Our leader, Captain Mike, up in Viva La Vida, is alerting all the bridges and lockmasters as we go through with our group of 16. Okay, the bridge is opening. And there's our sun. Sunrise. There's Expedition Everest here. Look at that. That's awesome. All right, we're entering our first lock on our way to Mobile, Alabama. This lock is our first one, and it's only a 2-foot drop. So the 16 of us will be heading in and dropping down 2 feet. All right, we're in the lock. There's our port side tie-ups. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that side. And the starboard tie-ups right here. And that's part of us. Here we are on the lock. This is a pretty easy one. Just had to throw it to this bollard using our own lines. And we're only going down, I was told, 3 feet. Okay, thank you.
We are in our first lock, heading south.
Yay, southbound! This one's different. The doors in the front are opening, and the water that is going to whoosh in is going to take us down, or whoosh out is going to take us down.
Yeah, they just opened the gates and it runs out on, gravity. They don't pump it because we're not going very far.
That's interesting. Where my line is moving. We have a fly sitting on our camera. I'm gonna go get it off. And of course, just when I got up here, he flew away. The camera is clear.
Cute.
You can see it's as straight as an arrow. This is the ship canal. What's very interesting, we are coming up to the one bridge on the entire loop that was fixed at 19 feet 7 inches, according to the book. If you cannot get under that bridge with your boat, this one single bridge, you cannot do the loop. That's what you call the great U-turn. You do your U-turn and go right around. So this is the only bridge that does not raise and that is pretty low. Luckily, without our mast, we're at 15 feet, so we'll be able to go under that. Most boats can go under that. So 19.7 at the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe Railroad Bridge at 19 feet 7. It could be a loop stopper. All right, here is the culprit, the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. That song was written in the 1940s by Johnny Mercer. So I bet you guys didn't know that fun fact. But this is one of their railroad bridges, and it does not move at 19 feet 7 inches according to the books. This is the bridge. If you can't get under it, you gotta go all the way back. There it is, the bridge, the culprit for a big boat on the loop. But we're not, we're a little boat. I should say a tall boat. Tall boat on the loop. Lots of big boats on the loop. Literally this close to this wall here on the river. The reason is we had to pass a barge on our starboard side, a big one pushing 6 or 7 barges. And now we've got another one passing us. He wants us to all hold here. And it's very tense right now. Very, very, very tense. We're in a very narrow part with 2 gigantic barges in a curve. So, a little tense. It's electrified. I remember this from last year. We'll be going through it. The reason there's an electrical fence, they call it, underneath this water for a little bit, is to keep those Asian carp and 3 other species of carp out of the Great Lakes. So far it seems to be working. So everything's electrified there. Some boats have shut off all their electronics, is what people are doing. And then we're going to go through this area here, and then they'll warn you when you get back out, and that's it. If I remember correctly, last time we went through here, because of the fish getting electrified, there's a whole bunch of birds just sitting on the dock and on the rocks looking for, I guess, food, fresh fried food. All right, let's see what happens. So we're about to enter it in just a second. Okay, it says entering the electric fish barrier. So right when we get under that little bridge there, and here we go. And now we are in the electrified, fenced heather. Just waiting for dinner. Look at that. The waterway does not look any different. It doesn't, there isn't any little vibe or anything. All right, this is Lockport Lock. We've been waiting at least a half hour for them to empty it. And all 16 of us are going to head in. And this is the first time we'll be using our new position where a big boat goes on the wall and 3 raft off. And since we're the smallest boat, we'll be rafting off. Here we go, something new. Oh, and to add to the excitement, there's a log in the middle of the lock. Yeehaw! And as planned and diagrammed, we've got all 16 boats in. Bigger boats on the wall. There's 4 here. We're the 4th one rafted off. And then we do this all the way down as they're coming in and rafting off each other. So far, so good for Flotilla 10. Wow, it's a lot of boats. So we are at the wall. We're gonna drop. I don't know if you can see how far we drop right there. And we've got 4 here with Viva La Vida being our anchor on the wall. This lock will drop 40 feet. It is the largest drop on the Illinois River. So this is a big drop, so that'll be fun. So we'll be going once everybody's tied up and ready to rock and roll. And there's the big wall as we dropped 40 feet. There's Captain Dan. We're just gonna wait and one by one peel out. So that's how far down we went. Holy schmoly. And there we are. Horizon Bound is leaving Lockport. We're entering Joliet, and we have a whole bunch of bridges we have to go under. They're trying to keep us as tight as possible to get to the wall. We made it to Joliet, Illinois, and it's in much nicer weather. I actually have a t-shirt on, yay! All 16 of us were able to raft or dock off the wall here in Joliet. I think we have 3 rafting. We're rafting off of Viva La Vida. We're gonna hang out here till tomorrow morning, head off, and we got a big day tomorrow. Lots of locks, lots of bridges. More to come. And there we are, rafted off of Viva La Vida. We're right on the river here in Joliet at 3 in the morning. Alrighty guys, we're ready to lock it up. Lock it up. Lock it up.